Good evening. Today on the U.S. Crime Line, we bring you a tragic and chilling account of love, betrayal, and violence within the ranks of the U.S. Coast Guard. It's a story that begins in Midland, Texas, where Lisa Beranga grew up in a close-knit religious family. From a young age, Lisa knew two things. She wanted to serve others, and she was gay. She found a way to live both truths, enlisting in the Coast Guard and falling in love with fellow petty officer Anna Trnikova, who would soon become her wife. But back then, the military still enforced don't ask, don't tell, forcing Lisa and Anna to keep parts of their lives hidden. Lisa's service took her from California and Louisiana to the frozen landscape of Kodiak, Alaska. There, she met her new boss, Adrien Loya, who also hailed from Texas and had a strong Coast Guard background. The two quickly became friends, sharing interests like watching TV and playing video games, even spending holidays together. Lisa invited Adrien to join their Thanksgiving dinner shortly before she married Anna, welcoming him into their family circle. However, Anna never quite accepted the closeness between Lisa and Adrien. Despite that, Lisa and Adrien remained friends and co-workers. One night, while Anna was out of town, Lisa invited Adrien over for what was supposed to be a casual evening of watching television. That night, things took a dark turn. Adrien recalls that Lisa had been drinking and made unwanted advances toward him, including attempting to kiss him. When he resisted, she went into her bedroom and he heard a thump. Concerned, he checked on her, only to be met with another sexual advance. Adrien describes the moment when Lisa sat on the bed and said, "Why don't you come to bed with me, Adrien?" She even touched his arm. For Adrien, this crossed a line, and he felt sexually assaulted. What some might dismiss as a misunderstanding or an awkward, drunken moment became a serious issue for Adrien. He wrote Lisa a detailed 26-page email about the incident. When Lisa didn't respond immediately, Adrien shared the email with Anna. Lisa then told Adrien to stay away from them, making it clear they wanted nothing more to do with him. Adrien took his complaint to Coast Guard investigators. The outcome was that both he and Lisa were reprimanded for being in an inappropriate situation, given that Adrien was Lisa's superior. Despite the reprimand, Adrien was transferred to a base in Portsmouth, Virginia, while Lisa and Anna moved near Bourne, Massachusetts. On the surface, everyone appeared to move on. But Adrien didn't. The incident haunted him, affecting his career and his mental state. He believed the reprimand and the fallout cost him a promotion. Feeling violated and defamed, Adrien's thoughts turned dark. He became obsessed with revenge against Lisa, whom he blamed for the pain in his life. Adrien began to write what he called Loya Wars, a 250-page manifesto detailing his grudge against Lisa and outlining a plan for retribution. The final chapter, titled Operation Purple Rebel, described a chilling 13-point plan to confront Lisa and end her life. In October, Adrien traveled over 10 hours from Virginia to Massachusetts to scout Lisa and Anna's home. He set up cameras outside, capturing video of Lisa walking their dog and the couple leaving the house together. He scoped out the neighborhood, recording vantage points and planning his attack. During this reconnaissance, Adrien experienced a panic attack, documenting it on video as he pulled over on the side of the road. 4 months later, on his 31st birthday, Adrien returned to Bourne, ready to execute his deadly plan. In the dead of night, he set his car on fire to block the entrance to the condominium complex and played the Star Wars theme from a boombox to symbolize his self-declared battle of good versus evil. He also placed a fake explosive device near the fire to further intimidate. Dressed in black tactical gear with a mask, armed with 4 guns, a knife, 2 pairs of handcuffs, and wearing a body cam, Adrien advanced on the couple's home. He left a .22 caliber rifle in the snowbanks nearby and approached the front door. At 2 a.m., he fired 2 shots, breached the door, and entered the condominium. Inside, Adrien burst into Lisa and Anna's bedroom, firing multiple rounds. Lisa was hit 11 times and died at the scene. Anna, shot 4 times, managed to call 911 and stay on the line for nearly an hour, pleading for help as the ordeal unfolded. Nearby, police officer Jared McDonald, responding to the scene, was shot by Adrien and severely injured. Another officer, Andrew Liverworth, encouraged McDonald to stay engaged in the fight even after being wounded. Anna lay bleeding and terrified, unsure if Adrien would return to finish his attack. When he did reappear, officers gave commands, and Adrien surrendered without further violence. Emergency responders arrived just in time to save Anna's life and rush Jared McDonald to the hospital. At the police station, Adrien confessed to the attack, admitting he had murdered Lisa and detailing his plan to kill her as an act of revenge for what he perceived as a sexual assault years earlier. He described how he entered the home, confronted Lisa and Anna, and fired the fatal shots. Investigators found that Adrien had prepared his home in Virginia to slow down any potential police pursuit, spreading oil on floors and stairs to create slip hazards. Despite the fake explosives near his car, authorities proceeded with caution. 2.5 years later, the case went to trial. The defense argued that Adrien suffered from a mental health defect, though experts disagreed on the nature of his condition and whether it impaired his ability to understand his actions legally. During the trial, Anna took the stand, recounting the horrifying night she was awakened by an armed intruder who revealed himself as Adrien Loya. She described his words blaming her and Lisa for his transformation and the shots fired that killed Lisa and wounded Anna herself. Despite the defense's efforts, the jury found Adrien guilty of first-degree murder and other charges related to firearms, assault, and burglary. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. In court, Adrien expressed remorse but appeared to justify his actions as avenging the wrongs he believed were done to him. The impact of his violence is still felt deeply, especially by Officer Jared McDonald, who suffers from lasting injuries and now relies on a service dog named Bullet for assistance. Jared shared a moment of connection with Lisa's family in the hospital, describing their overwhelming grief and the bond formed through shared loss. This tragic case reminds us of the devastating consequences of unresolved trauma and obsession. It is a painful chapter in the lives of those who served alongside these individuals and the families forever changed by one man's quest for vengeance. Thank you for joining us on the U.S. Crime Line. We will continue to follow this case and other important stories affecting our communities. Stay safe and good night.